It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got the Seahawks athletic corner. He got the QB not once, but twice last week with a pair of interceptions. It's the Seahawks and the Falcons, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle.
Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
This one taken just inside the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Now, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Throwing now is Geno. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Again, Smith. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Geno now to throw.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Smith. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
He'll come out throwing here on first down. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
They'll run with a rookie from BYU, Tyler Algier. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Smith on first down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Arnold Ebiketie in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Geno. And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Walker. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. It wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And where the time has expired on the first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now, Falcon football. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Throwing is Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It got his man complete. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. It's a big play there for Seattle. 46 yards. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
On first down, it's Smith. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Smith. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Smith now to throw. He's got his tight end Fant. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Smith. Eluded, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferkser. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to get the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Bird. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Back to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Younghoe Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal. Koo knocks this one through the post. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Now Gino on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Smith, and he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Taken in at the 22. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it will be Falcon football. And the Falcons going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll throw now on the final play. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
Defense.
So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs when they have to officiate block and charge.
So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter.
Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a two-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to his tight end, Ferkser. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Here's 2nd and 8. That's caught left side to the tight end Pitts. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Ritter on target to Pitts for a Falcon first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Back to throw now on first down.
And complete to Drake London. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
As we watch London get that first down, it seems almost unfair about what he can do on a field. Here's a guy who's 6'4", loves to play over the rim and dunk on defenders, and can work out of the slot as well as outside the numbers. That's a big reason why he went 8th overall as the first receiver taken in a loaded class.
1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point.
And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. But he will not come anywhere close to a first down marker. And that gives us a turnover on downs.
How about that for a call? Leading in the second half, fake punt, but this one's going to work against them.
And, partner, I love a fake punt as much as anyone. In fact, I might love it more than other people, but in this case, probably a step too far because not only does it not work, but look at the field position they gave up after the attempt.
On 1st and 10, Smith.
This is the tight end Fant. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Geno now to throw. Forced out to his left.
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Although he's picked in the 3rd round, Desmond Ridder is actually the 2nd quarterback drafted in 2022. Might not have that first-round label, but we saw him make plenty of first-round throws while at the University of Cincinnati. He's a quick thinker who reads defense as well, and with all he led the Bearcats to, the Falcons also know they picked up a proven winner.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Here's Patterson again.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Darrell Taylor got in there to drop him.
Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10.
This offense so far on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
And he is going to have the first down as he's up to his own 13-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Smith. And he finds Penny. They'll fake it. Now Smith. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Smith on 1st down. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. From the 30 on 2nd down, Smith. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Continuing to steadily move the ball down the field. Not big play after big play, but these moderate gains getting him first downs.
And you know what they add up to, right? If you continue that pace and you continue to move it downfield, they add up into 6 points. That's exactly what you're looking for.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st down, it's Smith.
That's complete to Eskridge.
They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Smith now to throw. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now Smith. Finding Walker complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now it's Smith. And that one falls incomplete, breaking his string of 7 straight passes completed. Smith. That's caught over the middle by Fant.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
He's back to throw. And this one is incomplete. So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. This to tie things up in the final minute. Myers' kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. This hasn't exactly been a battle of one touchdown after the other, quite the opposite. But at 3-3 now here in the fourth. It's been an entertaining game considering just 2 field goals.
Yeah, is it really a football game now, or are we watching baseball? This feels like a pitcher's duel, doesn't it? Nice, intense, on the edge of your seat. Have you been scoring this one? A lot of strikeouts and ground balls in this one.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Only needing 2 yards on second down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Complete to Zacchaeus. And he will manage to get out of bounds here with the first down as they stop it with 27 seconds.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw again.
He's got his man, London, right side. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
Younghoe Koo, all eyes fixated on the kicker.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This from Tom Dempsey range here. And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or 2, but it's no good as it stands. And that changes everything here in OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
from the 10. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Falcons offense set to go. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Give to Patterson, running to the right. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards to pick up, first down. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
They'll go option to the short side. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he brings it back to the house. It's a touchdown. And in a crazy inning, a defensive score wins it. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return? Everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home.
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So for the Seahawks, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they fall to defeat for the second time this season. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns.